the Mild Manner Movie Review with your host, Tim.
And Tony. On this week's episode, we will be talking about Spider-Man 3.
Along with special guest and resident Spider-Man expert, Tim Gavin.
Are you not entertained?
Cool party.
Great Scott! I have an army. We have a Hulk. People don't forget.
Welcome to Earth. I'll be back.
You play ball like a girl!
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Fucking spectacular.
Welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thanks for having me
Everybody.
back. I missed you guys. Even though I've been here for a while.
Yeah,
but
we
I miss
we
being
missed
here.
you.
You have Dave on, I get jealous.
Get jealous. I don't think we did this for the
No.
first two episodes. We
We
did
did
the
not.
interview or the explanation.
Well, yeah, because I'd seen the other two movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although
no,
it
we-
was a nice treat live watching the movie with Tony. And
Yes.
I know we talked about that earlier when he was like, I don't think I've seen this movie before. It's the funniest thing
Yes.
to come out of this
The
movie.
more I keep watching it, the more it's all new.
The more it's on.
God, this movie's so good. I stand by where I rated it the first time.
So we'll start with Tim Gavin, our resident Spider-Man expert. We'll start with a little questionnaire interview. I'll ask the first one.
you ask
So why Spider-Man 3?
Like,
Super
why are we
easy.
doing this?
Yeah,
Oh, well.
because we did.
Because we did the first two, and then you were obsessed that I haven't seen the third one. So like, I don't see movies that much, or at all. I have very
Or
big
at all.
gaps in my movie viewing history. So we decided to live watch it together because people had told me after the second one like this movie's terrible. So I just didn't want to like ruin it, and so I just never saw it. But then I ended up seeing all the clips.
Clips that you
Yeah.
you remember.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
All right, next question. Why is Spider-Man your favorite superhero?
I feel like we've done this before.
I would say we
I don't-
might have
yeah, we might
covered
have-
all these.
I think
but
we did, but it's like
talked
it's
about it
cross
differently.
generationally, man. You know, he doesn't die, and I think we talked about in the last one, like how
Well,
he's such like like the merchandise and like if you're a Spider-Man
TV
fan, you
shows
can
and-
literally find like a 5-year-old that's super into and you know it doesn't die. It goes from cross generation.
it just keeps moving.
You watch the
on.
old cartoons and they're still good, and then you watch the newest Spider-Mans and they're still good. They always do a good job. Asterisks.
Asterisks.
You know what? Well, we'll get to it, but I don't
Yeah.
think that's terrible.
All right. Last question. Who are your picks for the next villains in the MCU? So after Far From Home.
It's Paul Giamatti as the Rhino.
I know that.
Just
Just the Rhino in
I
general.
know. I love Carnage. I think Carnage is so cool, and they could do like such a dark, like almost like what is it after R?
NC-17.
NC-17. That would be such a cool. Like if they did Carnage, it was NC-17. I'm first in line.
I think you make it like a horror movie.
Yes.
It'd be perfect.
Yes.
That would be the best way to do it.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Or a
God.
horror thriller.
Yeah. Just go.
And I
Saw
feel like,
with
and if you
man.
did it with Spider-Man, like you don't know who's the villain. It's Venom and Carnage just going back and forth. And
Right,
you're
you
like,
don't even need Spider-Man for that.
Yeah,
one.
you really don't.
No, you really don't. And if it's gonna
But
be
it'd
that
be-
dark, it might be better if you keep him out of it. So you're
I
not
think you-
dragging little kids in there like, I want to see the new Spider-Man movie. And then parents got to explain to their kids like, well, you can't.
No, that would be awesome though.
No, mommy.
Those
and
two-
mommy and daddy are
Rhino-
going to see this movie.
Same. Rhino is one of my favorite characters. Like in the animated TV show, like
Yeah.
loved him. He was like the juggernaut of Spider-Man,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Just an asshole.
Well, and then even then, it was the cartoon, so they could cross over. And it was
Yeah.
fine.
It was perfect.
You guys got an opinion on this, or at least the one?
All right. So I would throw in on top of that, because Rhino would be my number one, but I would pick Chameleon. I think that would be a good one, and that'd be an interesting one, because like he could just, and you could have so many actors play that guy.
Yeah, you could do some cool CGI. I think now that like good CGI.
Yes, I
you
think
know?
he's one
It's
of
too early in the
one of
early
the ones up
2000s.
there that I would pick.
I would pick Craven.
Oh,
Well,
They
that's
haven't.
always
They
a
haven't
good
done.
one.
Yeah, that would
That's
be.
always a good one. He's so good in the animated series.
He is.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be the right story to go with.
Okay.
Can I throw in? They should redo Electro. I know it wasn't that long ago, but he didn't get his justice.
You're
No,
right.
it was,
He didn't get his justice.
I want the
know, and it was-
lightning bolts
Yes!
costume and
So it's like that costume has aged about as well as the old Wolverine costume, but I'd still.
But everyone
you
still
could-
wants
You
it.
could make it.
you can make it
Update it and still like do an homage to.
Yeah.
like right in the beginning, just he's
Yeah,
got,
well,
like,
they do that
lighter
with
bolts.
Wolverine.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's like the
yeah,
yellow
yeah.
suit,
That'd be good.
yeah, definitely.
I mean, and then like Black Cat would be a good one.
Black Cat would be fantastic.
Well,
Trying
that's
to
the
think.
good thing about Spider-Man 2 is he has a bazillion villains.
Yeah.
Also, like, I mean, Homecoming hinted Scorpion, which
didn't-
would be awesome.
Oh, and
End of
yeah,
Homecoming.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the middle of it, but like they hinted at it, so
Yeah.
it's like that'd be an awesome one.
I thought we were talking about Woody Harrelson for a second. I'm like,
Oh yeah, you haven't seen Venom.
yeah,
So.
I gotta see Venom. It's a travesty. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I watch all movies from my couch, and my Apple TV isn't hooked up yet. So.
Okay, let's jump right into our first segment, a Tim and Tony review of Spider-Man 3.
Hold on to your butts.
I remembered.
This week we will be talking about a strange black entity from another world that bonds with Peter Parker and causes inner turmoil as he contends with new villains, temptations, and revenge.
I just that this
Bill, is that your
strange-
phone?
Bill Hader's sitting in this chair. We'll get to him eventually. He might not sound the same, but we'll get to him.
He's doing a bit.
He's doing a bit.
He does a great
Of an-
impression of Redmond's roommate.
Yeah,
True an actor
and-
through and through.
an angry Italian guy. He's just very good at. All right, so I'll start with my honorable mentions.
For your top 5.
Yes, for my top 5. First one up is the Asian Martin Starr. Just because this guy looked spitting image of Martin Starr until we saw him the second time,
Yeah.
and it was super Asian.
Yeah.
But I love that all three of us looked at each other.
Immediately.
This is the only part, the only reason it's in the honorable mention, because we all looked at each other like, is
Is
that
that-
him?
Right. And you know we haven't been the only people that have that conversation. Because if we all thought it without saying anything,
Yeah.
someone has
Someone
watched
else
this
was
movie
like,
on like, in
yeah.
syndication and with their buddy and like,
Oh my God, Martin
and then,
Starr.
the funniest is the timeline, like we saw it and then all of us were doing math in our head.
It's like,
And we're like,
oh no,
could
that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But
Such a
and then
thing
we see him the
possible?
second time, we're like, oh no way, that was him. Number 2 on my honorable mention, Stan Lee. Just his cameos are great. And then my last honorable mention is jumping off the balcony,
You mean floating off the balcony?
floating off the balcony with such grace of a ballet dancer.
It was
It's amazing.
it was gorgeous.
We'll probably come back to that one.
Well, we figured out why he has a balcony on his apartment.
Yes.
It's the one thing he required.
Number 5, the black suit is awesome. Looks sweet. It was his first. I think he had the same suit for the last 2 movies, so it's kind of nice seeing a different suit, and it looks sweet. Number 3, I'm gonna go J. Jonah Jameson. He didn't have a big role in this, but he delivered on the role, and just him yelling at people. The bloopers alone of him just staying in character just makes it so much better. Number 3 is gonna be the stamp.
So that was your number 4.
Or yeah, that was my number 4.
So number
Yeah,
3.
I got my in my
I
list that
see,
you
I
guys
see
are-
you were mixing them up. But
I'm switching.
we're sticking with numbers.
Switching with 2 and 4.
Okay.
Number 3 is gonna stick the same though. The Sandman story and Harry story, mostly Sandman's, just because like you could do a very good, like a Mr. Freeze. I'm doing this for my wife, but he's doing that for his kid, robbing. That could be your main villain, and you could have done much better with it. And that guy playing Sandman,
It was a
I
great
can't remember his
cast.
perfect cast. It was perfect. Looks exactly like the comic book, like we said. Yeah, but yeah, and then Harry's story, like Amnesia's okay, but like him deciding to be good at the end was awesome.
It took him a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
Number 2, Bruce Campbell.
They were very nonchalant about amnesia. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, every
like,
movie.
Oh, you are missing a lot of gaps about it. But we're just going to, like, go on with our life. Let you live in public without remembering big gaps in your life.
Yeah. Number 2 is Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
His third cameo, and this is definitely the best of all time. Him just keep like waving him over, and he's just no. Just keeps running back, and like him. This is a French restaurant. It's
You know what?
Yes.
That would be a great Halloween costume where no one knows what you are.
Just a
But
pencil
you just
thin
dress
mustache.
up like him and then
Oh,
try to speak
that'd be
French all
great.
night. And then that's like one of those, like the one guy that knows it at the bar. Like, that is awesome.
Just quietly comes up to you like, hey, man,
I get it.
Man.
I get you.
All right. Controversial pick for number 1, but
That was your controversial pick.
dancing emo Peter Parker.
Get out of here.
I think is the funniest thing of the whole movie because this movie came out in 2007. It's been 12 years. We're still talking about it. People only remember this movie because of this, and it's so
that's
funny.
the only reason we're talking about it. They ruined a
They
franchise.
did, and in
They
a glorious
canceled another movie because of...
with one scene. They did it with one scene. 2 maybe the jazz bar, but him just doing.
I'd say that's an extension of that scene, though.
It's all like one. It's just so funny though because it does not fit in this movie at all.
No.
I just love it. It's so funny.
It's hard to imagine someone like watching that ending being like, it's good. It's good. Let's move
It
on.
makes it funnier for
Honestly,
me.
I'm surprised it
that's
wasn't
it.
me that picked it.
Like
With my history on movie picks.
that's our scene. Don't redo it.
Nailed
No,
it.
you sure you don't want him to
Yeah,
dance
what
at all?
didn't get into the movie?
That's why there's no deleted scenes in the Blu-ray special edition.
It was just a like a one cut continuous scene. Like, let's rap.
Tobey Maguire's just like, I'm feeling myself today. Let's do this. But those are my top 5.
Okay, moving to my top 5 with my honorable mentions. Bruce Campbell and that whole scene. Mostly Bruce, though.
Yeah, definitely.
My other honorable mention is what it actually does get right, the comic book accuracy. So, like we were talking about, Sandman looks like Sandman and what you would expect. Got the costume, even like the guy looks like him. And then the whole Venom story where it's like I think it's still sound where he's like.
He's
like,
that's his one.
I keep
fire.
wanting to say allergic, but that's not the right term.
Sensitive.
Sensitive.
Audio sensitive.
Yeah, because I think in the comics it's that
and
and
fire.
fire are his 2 things.
But like for as much as they kind of probably took liberties with, so like with the Hobgoblin or the other Green Goblin, whatever they want to call him, they changed that slightly, but the other stuff makes up for it. And then my number 5 is the Danny Elfman influence. You could definitely hear it throughout the entire.
I'd put it as a problem because it's not Danny Elfman.
Is Danny Elfman alive?
Yes.
We need to get you to meet this guy. I've never met
that
anyone
would be
loves Danny
fantastic.
Elfman more than you. So
It's mostly because of
all
Tim
3
Burton.
Of them you've
And
talked
when-
about.
whenever
Tim
it
Burton,
always comes up.
Batman.
And like I said, I during
And-
the when we were
and-
watching
Yeah,
the movie,
you-
I
and
don't
Nightmare
even listen
Before
to the
Christmas
movie,
is mostly
or the
it, too.
sound. And you're like, you bring it up every time. I'm gonna find
and
Danny.
you know
I'm
what?
gonna start writing him letters like, "My friend Tony." He needs to
I'm
meet
going to
you."
continue to bring it up every time I see it as well. Maybe not so high on the list, but
I'm not knocking it. Definitely not.
Ooh, I like this one.
my number 4 is the.
Oh, like 3. Sorry.
Oh,
4
okay.
is good though.
My number 4 is the chase on the hoverboard. So like the first 20 minutes or half hour of the movie with Harry and Peter.
I think it might be the longest fight too.
Probably.
At least equal to the end.
Yeah.
Fight scene, yeah.
But just like them going throughout the city, going down the one alley where you're like, oh, he's got him, but no, he kicks it to a skateboard instead of a snowboard or whatever. And then my number 3 is that they play the Spider-Man theme song at the like Key to the City ceremony.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know,
Should've
if they
had
were
that
doing
ready.
that now, they would do like get like a local high school band to do it or
Yeah,
something.
just to be
That
like,
would
oh
be
hey.
the coolest. Like if you were
Oh,
in
they
that
would
band.
absolutely. They would love that.
Bill Hader just mixing his drink.
We have our own sound guy here.
Although I just want to bring up the chase hoverboard scene when Harry runs into the fucking web. It's like boing.
There were a lot of sounds there.
Honestly,
We were
not
having
mad
fun
about
talking
it.
about
It
the
was
sound
so
guy.
The
funny,
Foley guys in 2005 or whenever they shot this.
so perfect, spot on.
And then my number 2 is the America money shot where like he's landing on the building, and you got the American flag.
What is this?
It's not what you think it is, but with the American flag behind him and him just like perching up
Running.
and then like stopping and everything stopping for a second and then him continue.
Flag still going
Yeah.
in the
Can
background.
I tell a off-topic but not off-topic story, side story?
I do that all the time, so yes, go ahead.
Well, my lovely fiance and I we were kind of in an argument about the American. We kind of had an argument about the having a flag at our house, and I was like, we should just get like plant. We got a ton of planters and stuff. A plant.
Small.
Double brag.
Shut up, Bill.
Shut up, Bill.
So she went to Menards and bought a flag, and then I was putting it up, and I'm putting it up. I'm telling you, it was as big as that flag in the movie. It took up our whole. She's like, just put
Triple
it up.
brag.
I put it up, and I was like, it's covering our whole driveway. I was like, where are we gonna park?
Just draping over everything.
So then we had to roll this flag back into a what was the size of a gift wrap tube. That was fun too. Somehow Menards took it back. It was not the same way we got it.
Damn
And
it,
then-
Bill.
I almost wish we kept it so when people came out, I'm like, it looks like we're a military family.
It's got this rolled up flag everywhere. And then my number 1 is the black suit. It's just
Yeah.
it was the original suit, just black with like the silver highlights, which looked great.
It was sharp.
Yeah.
For sure. So I don't have any honorable mentions, but my 5 are in kind of no order. Jay Jonah, he's been on every list. He will be on every list. You know, he's so good in this movie. Just Sandman is a villain. I think that was they did it right.
They did.
I'll talk about the cornucopia of
They
villains.
could
that
have
they
gone
had.
more into it, but
Yeah, they should have just
They
focused
should've.
on him.
Should
He
have.
could have carried
And
his
then
own movie.
you end on. You could have done him and New Goblin. Ended on Venom at the very end.
Well, and I know we talked about this a couple times that it seems like they like ran out of time or compressed the movie. Like in the beginning of the movie, it was very much about his family and his daughter.
It was
And then they're
good.
like, we're running out of time. Like, forget the family and the daughter.
They like completely got rid of it, and he's just like, "I'm a villain now.
Yeah. And there
I'm
was
teaming up with Venom.
well, and
I'm
then
a villain."
there's a lot of things that are missing in like superhero movies now. Like he doesn't struggle with his powers at all. He doesn't like.
he just
learn
knows how to do everything.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm a bad guy. I know how to control all this sand. I can
Yeah.
make myself as big as a building. Conveniently,
That-
everywhere I
that-
go has
that
a
is
lot of sand.
that is a great point, actually. That he just automatically knows how to do everything.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. You could have filled him with. He could have carried his own movie.
He could have.
Easy.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
That actor's good. I gotta look up his name.
Thomas.
Yeah.
he's got
he's
it's a
good.
3-name actor, I believe.
Keep going.
That would be a
Sorry.
great trivia question. Like themed around 3 name actors. You know, I don't know.
I was gonna say someone that's a serial killer, not an actor.
John Wayne Gacy.
That's exactly where.
Okay, well you could just do a
John
category,
Wayne
a
Gacy.
trivia like bar trivia with like 3 named people. But even then,
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy's a little dark.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah. There you go. So I put the French restaurant scene because we were even.
Let's
we're
dive
all dying.
into it.
Yeah, we'll dive in.
Let's dive into it.
And Bruce Campbell obviously has a big part of that. And then the last 2 are both aesthetics, I guess. Franco's goblin suit and his weapons. Anyway, I said it at the beginning. It's like a Mortal Kombat suit. He's got the cool knives. on
I
his
love that
arms.
analogy too.
Yeah.
And he's got like a handkerchief at the beginning, like over his face helmet. It was a sharp suit, and then obviously, like you guys said, Spider-Man's cool black suit. I'm put that. That's in the wrong place. But the second part. But yeah, the cool black. Sharp. Sharp
It
looking
is.
suit. It looks good.
I like your little parentheses.
That's supposed to be for the Venom part.
So okay.
That was one of my favorite parts though, when he's in the bell tower trying to get off.
Trying to get it off.
Yeah.
Like him just ripping it off.
Yeah. Yeah. I think those are two separate. Like I was talking about the suit itself, and then the ripping off the suit I thought was cool. And that's kind of where that leads to him beating Venom is because
Is
the
the
bells
sound.
Yeah, it's
toll
the bell.
him,
Yeah.
so.
Which Peter Parker's a smart guy, but he is so stupid. at this.
He doesn't realize.
I mean, we're not to problems yet, but
But
goddamn.
when we do,
well, he doesn't realize. If he would have realized it right then he could like formulated a plan, and it went way too late in the movie. And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
right."
Sound. All right, good top five.
I was gonna say, I think we have one
I
more.
think we have Bill Hader doing his Italian angry man impression.
I have a top one and many honorable mentions. Top one. The parade watching the fight. There was a straight up parade watching these people fight. They're like, oh,
Which started-
8-foot Sandman. Everyone gather around.
started about
That's
2,
my top
2 a.m.
one.
probably
That's it.
too.
Top one. Top
Stayed
one.
out to watch the sunrise.
5 honorable mentions after that.
That's
What's his
absolutely
name?
right.
James Franco. I don't know. Whatever his name was in there. Gets stabbed through the heart and everything. Not one bit of blood. He dies slowly. Loved it. They put it up. He's like, he got 2 blades through him. He's going to die slowly. Second, he heals either really fast or no one has a time frame in this movie. 'Cause
Actually,
he's scarred up, and I don't know why.
Now that you say
he got
that.
a bomb, and I still am trying to figure out, was it a day or a year?
Stop it.
Like, how fast did he
Stop
scar
it.
up in this movie?
Oh.
I do like, Venom came in at the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yep.
We spent 30 minutes on James Franco, who was not the main villain, turns into a secondary hero. But we're going to talk about him. Forgot about Sandman. He kind of disappeared for a while. Venom doesn't even get introduced. Oh, yeah, then we're coming back to this.
The most introduction to Venom was
These are a lot of my
from,
honorable mentions.
from
I've got my honorable
the
mentions
lizard.
are all over the place.
was from the doctor,
Yeah.
Dr. Connors.
Honorable mention, Dr. Connor did great acting of missing an arm. His right side didn't look a little bit more bulky than the left side. He just seemed a little bulky. They're like, hey, we're going to put your arm in this shirt.
He was involved in that scene where he's on the payphone. Is ridiculous. You got any nuts? I can make some cookies. Go make some cookies.
I need
get me
cookies.
some milk.
Go make me cookies. You know what? I'm at 4th or 5th honorable mention. Every extra that was supposed to think Tobey Maguire looked hot while walking down the street, but had disgust and looked
did
at
not
him.
wanna-
They looked at him with anger because I think they were like, "Oh, he's gonna look cool doing this," but every extra was like, "He looks like a fucking creep." And then it was funny because they gave him the creep look, and I was like, "But he's supposed to be cool right now." And then they would do like cuts, and someone would look at him like, "Oh, he's looking hot," and I was like, "But they all just looked at him with disgust." Oh, now you paid an actress to look at him like, "Oh, he's hot." Yeah, and they're just like, "No, he's not. He's got ugly hair, and he's doing dance moves from like the 60s, 70s."
Some kind of
no one
moves.
does those dance moves. Even at that time, they didn't do those dance moves. And then they're like, "Oh, wait, he went to a jazz club." Because you know what? When you want to get laid and you want to look cool, you go to a
jazz
dance
club.
a jazz club. Because New York jazz clubs are just bangers. Tinder dates, take them to jazz clubs.
Agreed.
Tim agrees. Oh, Bill Hader already said you
Bill
take
Hader's the
him
one
to-
talking.
Wait, we forget that. Let's
Bill
talk
Hader's
about.
assistant.
I'll add one of my honorable
Mic drop.
mentions. I didn't have one, but I'll add one. All the
Every
memes
one of
that
mine.
came out of this movie. There's at least
Oh,
2 or 3 memes.
yeah.
I always have
That's a-
one,
that's a good
and
one.
everything's an honorable mention from
At
now on.
least 3 memes came out of this movie, and which I still see today. People are
People still use them.
for sure.
I saw the James Franco one like 2 days ago.
I see that Spider-Man face in the bloopers all the time.
Honorable mention.
That looks like a fake
Franco,
face.
lazy eye.
It does.
That looks like
James Franco,
someone
lazy
put
eye.
the best meme I saw was the face in the bloopers, Spider-Man face in the bloopers. Someone put that up next to that Momo challenge.
Came out of
video.
nowhere.
You know what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah.
It looks just like that.
Which,
He's making the face like 20 years before that happened.
I love that stupid smile he does in the bloopers. Did you ever see that meme?
Yeah.
That's what
It's
we're
like
talking
the-
about.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one.
Yeah, I'm saying they put it. You remember the Momo challenge with that creepy doll?
Yeah,
They put it
yeah.
side by side. That looks identical.
I saw that turn into like it was like a someone says something cheeky and he's just like
Yeah.
turning and looking, smiling.
second honorable mention. The lack of Spidey sense. Didn't know anything ever happening except for one moment. He's like, "Oh, you're throwing a bomb at me." Outside of that, I don't think he knew what a Spidey sense was. He had nothing. He was like, "Hey, James Franco, you sitting on that bridge? I'm just gonna walk over here. Bye."
I don't see you there.
Or he just knew. He was just like, yeah, Franco, watch me get dumped.
He seemed pretty
It was all
surprised.
creepy,
When
very
Franco-
creepy.
When Franco winked at him, he was like,
That was the creepiest.
"She's with me now."
You know, he
You should be
clicked.
the sound effect guy. All right, let's do problems. We already
Problems?
dipped into them, yeah.
All right.
Perfect movie.
Perfect movie, but
Should have been longer. At least 2 more hours. Perfect movie. More jazz. More snapping of the fingers.
I disagree. Shorter, but more jazz. I agree with that. Just shorter. We're just getting all jazz. Peter Parker.
Actually, you know what? I do agree. There was a problem. More villains, but don't bring them in till like the last 5 minutes, and just stop pumping out villains.
All the people in the
Put
crowd were, like,
Scorpion in there.
kingpins
throw
in the crowd,
fucking
yeah.
Kingpin. Just bring them all in the last 5 minutes. Like, we gave you 0 introduction. We are here. Let's do this.
And Tobey Maguire just looks at them and goes, all my best villains. And they're like, who are these people?
You'll see.
Wait till 4. What's 4? Put him in the parade. All right, my problems. Peter Parker is way too cocky for the first. How long is this movie? 2 hours?
2 plus.
Hour and 45 minutes. He's super cocky. He's cocky for 2 hours.
At least 2 hours.
He's got that stupid fucking grin on his face. Tobey Maguire's just phoning it at this point. And then my second one
I
is...
hope he doesn't hear this.
I hope he does. My second one is that payphone is his home phone. He's just making calls off of it, receiving calls off of it.
It's genius though. He doesn't have to pay for it.
No, he
doesn't
At
pay-
there's
he
one
doesn't
scene
pay
where
his
he's
rent
putting
to begin
quarters
with.
in.
Yeah. There's like a IMDb. I got a trivia question on that. Don't worry.
Do you? All
Yeah.
right, thank God. All
Yeah, I
right,
got
so I
you.
won't. We'll dive into it.
It's pretty good. It has nothing to do with the movie.
All right, Tony.
My problem is the same camera sounds they used for every camera that clicks a photo, no matter what kind of camera or anything.
You
It's
know,
like
you should have listed all. You had such good observations during this, like the camera and the. I still keep going back that tarp that came out.
Oh my God, the tarp! I thought
Things
someone
that
was
I
gonna
don't even
put
think
it.
about, and then you say it, and then I'm like, that is crazy that they just thought
That guy whipped that tarp
There
off
was
with
one
ease.
hand. Also, all of it was tied down, so who untied the rest of it? He just flicked it a 20-foot long.
It's like the Fonz.
I'm just. That was the Fonz of police officers in New York.
That thing has to weigh. What do you think it weighs? 100 pounds, easy,
200 pounds.
easy.
Yeah.
Just
covered
because of the length
heavy.
of it, yeah.
It covered a.
You're supposed to, yeah, exactly.
25-foot second truck.
And like, I'm just picturing us like moving a wrestling mat. Like that's the same. So like he just goes like this. It's just like. Poof.
That guy would just pick a wrestling mat, drag it to the room by
Drag
himself,
it. Be done.
throw it in the room.
Throw it. It'd be rolled
One
up when he
hand.
threw it. He'd throw it and it'd all roll
was
up as
that
it comes in.
Yeah.
Also, like,
That was such a good observation.
I don't want to steal, but like that scene that the cop's just like, this guy buried himself that quickly. This is insane.
And then he's gonna stab him.
He's
to
gonna
point the
stab him.
shovel.
It's a very underrated scene. I feel like.
But then again, no one's wrote it down, so I'll say it. But they had no problem opening fire into the Sandman 10 seconds later into a building in the middle of the day. There are people at work.
Just, oh my God, what's going on?
I want to hear what you have about this next one.
Yes.
I get what you're saying, but I just love this line. Go ahead.
My second problem is that he, as in Peter Parker, just does not get it.
Yeah, it's a
Just
good way to describe the whole movie.
From basically everything, but mostly with MJ.
Yes.
Like he is just like, oh, you got a problem, but I'm Spider-Man. Remember? It's all cool. It's how he tries to play it off.
And then when it's very clear that something like they're making up and getting back together, and all of a sudden she dumps him, so it's very clear that something is going on. He's like, what? Why?
No, don't do. What did I do?
He's like splashing water in his eye. Why?
Trying to get the tears to come.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for these.
Mine.
I was just
I have 8 of them.
I know.
I put the dancing scene on there. How dare you say that was your favorite part?
It holds.
I mean, yeah, I guess we are still talking about it.
To this day, you did not see the movie, but you know the dancing.
Well, I saw the dance scene before I saw the movie,
Yeah.
so I guess you're kind of right. But number 2, I put Eric Foreman's stupid blonde hair, stupid Venom teeth.
Highlights. It wasn't blonde hair. It was highlights.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
botched it.
No, frosted tips, because
They're
it was
not
all
frosted
spiked.
tips.
It was.
Highlights, though.
And then Peter's stupid emo hair too.
He did.
We could just do without that. You know, I get it. He's black
evil.
suit makes him
They
crazy.
have to show the change in character.
Why?
Just give him a black shirt. That works. People understand that.
You know what would have
Hair
been way
flip.
more funny if they left his hair. And every time he puts in the suit, he gets a evil, thin-looking mustache.
Honestly, it would have been better if it was just a thin mustache.
Yeah, like
I would have preferred the mohawk.
that would have been better too. That would have been better too. If you're gonna do the black hair, at least mohawk it.
Something stupid.
Number 3, completely unrelated to the movie, but this movie is the reason that Eric Foreman left that 70s show. Everyone has that show that like you watch in the background when you're doing nothing, and you've seen it too many times to the point where you're like, just not even quoting it, but like you know what's gonna happen. They're like, then you know the next episode too. Like you could tell someone like, oh yeah,
You know
in
the
next
opening right
episode.
next to it, yeah.
Yeah. So
that show should be Psych. If you haven't watched it, watch Psych.
Definitely recommend that.
Yes.
you guys got kickbacks from Psych? All
wish.
these
I
shows?
would
If
love
only.
that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
They have a movie coming out, the second part.
This episode is sponsored by
Psych 2. Psych the movie 2.
Coming this
Watch
holiday
it if you
season.
haven't seen it yet.
Josh Myers replaced him, and he was a good replacement. But I mean, he's just like the lead character of the movie, and he's like, this show's huge, but I'm gonna go do Spider-Man.
I'm gonna try this movie acting thing.
I'll agree with you
He
because
was
like
in. He was in.
We went on a tangent.
Recently?
No,
Eric
in
Foreman.
2004, he was
Stupid guy
in.
that no one cared about. Eric Foreman.
Topher Grace.
Ocean's 11. I know that.
He was in
No.
Ocean's 11.
2004, he was in
No,
Win a
he-
Date with Ted Hamilton.
Yeah, that's stupid.
In Good
Oh.
Company. I mean, he's been in
He
movies
plays
Right.
before
villain
this.
in
But
something
it probably didn't take off as much as he thought.
Whatever his newest movie
Yeah.
is.
No, I get it, but I mean, you were like on. That was like one of the biggest TV shows on TV at that.
At that
point.
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Also, like when
70 show, yeah.
when fucking he slams him against the wall. Topher Grace is not like 3 inches taller
Oh,
than
yeah.
Tobey Maguire.
They're probably the same
This-
height.
It might be.
I will tell you though, now that I'm looking at this, have you guys seen Take Me Home Tonight? On kind
Yes.
of an offhand?
Yes.
That movie did not get its due.
With Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
a
that, yeah.
small role.
Yeah, that movie did not get
enough.
its due. It was on Netflix for a little bit, but
And he's very good in that movie. I like that movie.
so number 4, I did Toby's
Psych 2 coming out.
awkward facial expressions, which we pointed out to the
Yeah.
movie. He has these weird smiles and he has a hard
Dollar
time.
Shave Club.
Me undies.
The undies.
Just stealing
Put in
everyone else's ads.
Put in the code.
You guys
Tim and Tony
are
talk.
gonna-
It won't work, but
You
try
won't
it.
get anything.
You guys are gonna basically everything's a discount code now. You guys are
Yeah,
gonna
really.
get taken down or sued or something.
Why? It's free advertising.
Yeah,
for them.
try it, YouTube.
Listen, it's free advertising, but you're doing a podcast about Spider-Man 3, and we don't want to be associated with that.
If you haven't watched Psych,
Here's a lawsuit.
put it on.
Bill Hader, shut up over there.
So Toby's awkward facial expressions. It looks like he's a hard time being sad. He's a hard time being happy. He might just be a bad actor.
No, he's good at happy. He's good at smiling.
Yeah, we saw.
Sad, no.
We saw in the bloopers.
Sad or medium, he just smiles.
Being very, very clueless with his relationship with MJ. Tony covered that.
Yeah.
If it's like turn left, he turns right. Turn
So
right.
he turns 180 and then turns right.
He's so bad at it. I mean, there's the like trope that like guys are bad at relationship, but he's like goes especially above and beyond.
Yes.
Just to, she's just a girl from class. Like only you kissed her, and now she's here.
And she's
And
massaging
on your
his
shoulders.
shoulder.
Why do you not see that I'm mad about this? At least be like, hey, can you stop touching me? I'm gonna ask this girl to marry me tonight. So.
If he didn't just make out with her too as Spider-Man, like normally
Whoa,
that would be bad.
Don't tell people he's Spider-Man.
Oh, sorry. All right, can you read this like you typed it?
Did not see Venom until the last 20 minutes. It's in all caps. But yeah, dude, Venom was so like the Venom. I like Venom, and his special effects were good in this movie. And yeah, like we were joking on the couch, like they almost like it's almost like they forgot about Venom.
They
Like,
definitely
oh no,
He's still in this movie.
why did we cast this guy? All right, Venom.
Oh, right. He was just playing like a random guy. Like, no, you're Eddie Brock now.
The next one said,
Put a W in front of rap. Put rap at the end.
No, we'll delete that W though.
yeah. So the next one says, I never thought I'd say this, but there are too many villains. Like a Caesar rap.
Caesar rap.
Give me a break. Okay. So, too many villains. I like good villains, and like we talked about already, Sandman could carry his own movie, Venom could carry his own movie, Hobgoblin could carry his own movie. I mean, they all could.
Oh.
All of them, you know, and just forgetting about some and then like cutting in and out of others.
Just bringing
it
them
didn't
back.
work. It didn't work.
Yeah, they went just too far. They would show us a storyline for Sandman, disappear for a while.
Yeah.
Show us a storyline for New Goblin.
Right.
Disappear.
I get what maybe they were trying to do. Like they're trying to top the last one.
And they're-
Because Spider-Man 2 is like, oh, it's great movies, and I gotta do
Yeah.
something bigger. You know, it's almost
I
like
think it
Game
was-
of Thrones. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I heard it was a big disappointment.
But I
But
think-
when people told me that, I was like, I mean, the hype train's got to end somewhere.
And
Yeah.
I feel
Everyone's
like this
saying it's
came
the
out
best
right
show
for
ever.
around
for 8 years, like I can't stop.
Last Stand. This came out like right around Last Stand for X-Men, so they wanted like multiple villains, and that failed. And
I
now
was
this
saying
failed.
that's why they work so well.
I get it. And then the last one's a very quick wrap up where I didn't know when you guys said on the couch like, oh yeah, there's only 20 minutes of the movie. I'm like, there's only 20 minutes of this movie. There's a lot of loose
There's
ends.
several
Yeah.
storylines that
Yeah.
could have been.
Yeah.
But can we hear your Spider-Man rap?
He caught on audio. I don't want to do it again.
Kind of want to.
I
No,
don't
we
remember what it
didn't.
was.
I definitely did.
Did you? All right, never mind.
Yeah, you guys could clip it in somewhere.
Before we go on, I got one negative. So again, this movie was perfect. My only complaint of anything is
You said it was perfect.
I never saw Spider-Man fight Rhino at the end of that one movie. They just cut it out. I'm
another
going to complain of a different movie, but I'm still mad about it because this movie was perfect.
True, because we're never gonna.
I wanted to see Spider-Man fight Rhino. It was the best part of that movie, and they never did it. That was all I watched the whole movie for.
Also, didn't they show that in the trailer?
Yeah, they made you think, oh, they're gonna fight. Just want to throw that in there. Like, that was a horrible ending. Made me angry. Made me angrier than this whole movie could have.
I
How's
agree.
that?
I'm in strong agreement because we'll never review the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I swear to God. I know.
We'll
We
get down to it, and at there.
if we do, we should be blackout drunk. Like
We don't need to. No one needs to.
no one needs to hear that.
went to that one in the theater. I was mad.
Oh God.
I was bitching the whole movie.
All right.
All right. Now
Quotes?
that we're done with a ton of problems, we'll do some quotes.
Many of them were Luch's favorite parts of the movie.
Yes. If I'm not wrong, they were his favorite parts.
Nothing was wrong. It was a perfect
All right, so I love my quotes. My first one's Stan Lee when he first shows up in his cameo, and this might be his longest line in any cameo. But he looks at Peter Parker, and he's like, I guess one man can make a difference.
It was one of his longer ones.
Yeah, one of the longer ones.
Enough said.
God damn it. When does he say... I'm blanking on when he says this. My second one. It's
in the last fight.
emo. No, it's emo Peter, isn't it?
Oh,
No. He's fighting Sandman, right?
Oh,
My second
yeah, he
line?
knocks him down
He
into the
knocks
sewer,
him-
I think.
Yeah,
yeah.
he says it. He says it like a 1940 or 1920s New York gangsters. See ya, chump. Which I'm gonna only say from
You
now on.
have to. You got to
Yes.
whip that out at Jets.
All the time. See ya, chump.
Someone bumps into you, like starts to fight. You're like, listen here, chump.
Listen here.
You want to throw some fisticuffs with me?
See ya. And then my third one is God. When did this happen? He whispers it.
I think he's saying it to when he's fighting James Franco.
No, he's fighting. No, he's fighting in the jazz bar. He whispers.
Oh,
it. He
yeah.
whispers
It's like
it.
when he goes into his final dance move.
Yeah, and he
Dig on this.
now dig on this, and it's so creepy, but so perfect.
It's a very jazz thing to say.
It is.
If you're
So-
ever in a jazz club,
If I'm ever in a jazz bar fight, I'm gonna go jazz bar. I'm just gonna whisper into people's ears. Now dig on this.
oh,
No, what you say, actually, what you say first is, "See me in the shade." Damn it!
You stole someone else's
Wild
wild card.
Wild card. Don't know when
God
it's
damn
coming.
it, Bill Hader. Your angry Italian is just perfect on key.
spot on.
Wild card, bitches.
But for my quotes, my first one is, I think
Sandman.
Sandman said, yeah.
Watch YouTube videos.
Just have it playing. YouTube will take us down for that. But he says, "I'm not a bad person. I just have bad luck."
See, if that would make him that's a good villain line.
And you could play out that storyline. I know they gave it 5 seconds in the movie, but you could play out that storyline. Like, you could have showed him in jail.
It's the Mr.
and, like,
Freeze storyline for sure. Like, he's doing it for his daughter.
He's doing it for his daughter, not because
He's
Right, and
stealing
he was-
money.
I mean, yeah,
he's
he
just
was
in the
wrongfully-
wrong place at the wrong
he was
time.
literally
He was
literally
wrong.
stumbled into this.
I feel like you don't make
nuclear
him kill
testing
Uncle
thing.
Ben, though. He's just there.
Yeah.
He's just framed for it, if
Yeah.
anything. Oh, you could write such a good storyline.
Mhm.
And then my my second one is I'm pretty sure Eddie Brock says this when he's got Venom. He's like, "Never wound what you can't kill." Just like when they're fighting in the tower, I think,
And all that
Construction.
welding.
or in the
Building,
construction
yeah.
building. Yeah,
Probably his only decent line.
yeah. But what
Only
he
good
could
line.
muster to
Yeah.
talk with those
With the
teeth.
the fangs.
Even the bloopers, he had a hard time.
Oh, my
So,
God.
And then my last quote is what Bill Hader said earlier.
Do you want to whisper it in my
But
ear?
you have to whisper it.
I'll give you a 20, and you can slip it in my hand.
Yeah.
Find us some shade.
And then they get seated front row.
Front row spotlight on him.
I just assume like shade is like in the back.
Yeah.
Like where no one can see us. No,
Well,
front row center.
Someone brought up a good point. Yeah, I'll get back to what I was to say. But where it's like, if you just went up and whispered in this like someone's ear, like, get away from me!
Get away.
I don't know you.
Tim says this move works every time. I haven't seen him go on a
Yeah.
date in a couple of years, but he says it works.
60% of the time, every time. Put your nose right in that hostess's ear and ask for some shade.
Also, she wasn't a hostess; she was a server.
So, well, you get kicked out right away, and you're in the shade.
That would be a perfect line for when we used to go to the whip. I'll go to the bathroom and you could be like, "Oh, find us some shade," and then I would look in and you'd be front row. The lights would be shining on you.
I'd be waving.
Redmond. Fun fact about Tim Redmond: if you've never been to a comedy club with him, he loves to talk to the comedians. I'm like, please, I just want.
I don't like I don't like to talk. I like to respond. I wait.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm respectful.
Should we go to how did it skip me?
You're right.
That'd be awesome. September 7th.
All right, so mine. I don't even know when this was. I forget. I'm gonna kick your little ass. That's what.
It's
It's right
Franco
when he,
says.
yeah,
Franco.
Franco. Right
and
to him.
then
you
Toby
got to
goes,
do the
ooh.
ooh.
What was that? And then my next quote is from Tony during the movie, where he hits Mary Jane. And Tony said, hashtag not my Spider-Man. True.
That's a good one.
When you write the
That's a cheers.
when you
That's
write the
a cheers.
description, you have to use that.
Hashtag not my Spider-Man. And then in the bloopers, I was dying. Where the bloopers, the assistant for J. Jonah picks up the chimes, he accidentally breaks them, and J. Jonah, you broke my fucking chimes.
Stays with it
that
the
was
whole time.
Yeah,
In the blooper, yeah.
with Sam Raimi's brother. And now for Bill Hader's quote.
So, different quote. Best quote was, "Hey, monitor, guess what? You don't need it." If you ever watched the Spider-Man Dimensions thing, it was a great quote. She watched that one more than. I'm gonna tell you all the other Spider-Mans.
You have not done anything for Spider-Man 3. You're just not talking about it.
Pitching other movies and fake sponsors.
You should watch.
This is brought to us by Netflix, now featuring Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Now
know.
you're definitely getting sued by Disney. They're coming after you.
Which
is what we don't need.
Try it, Mickey, you son of a bitch.
Coming after for everything you have. Just our gear? That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything you're worth. You mean nothing? Is that what you mean?
You mean nothing? You could take my debt.
No, they can take
Take that off.
You could take this fridge, not that one. You could take everything that's
one pillow
the one pillow.
and a red backpack and a black backpack.
All right, let's do some trivia.
Oh, I got it.
I am Iron Man.
I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
How many?
I am the father.
Still got 25 seconds.
Vengeance. I am the knight.
It's a long one.
I am Batman. I am the Clint Commander.
Why don't you just do these? Use voiceover.
Probably should.
I probably could too at this point.
Yes, I'm Batman.
Listen, if I just guessed I am Groot for every single one, I'd be right
You would be
50%
right.
of the time.
I hope that everyone hears me.
Oh yeah, we could hear. If you hear it in the headphones, we could hear it.
I can do all of them.
All right. So my who am I? I gotta pull it up.
Mine's gonna be spontaneous.
All right, my who am I? First movie. So the 4 movies in IMDb: Spider-Man, La La Land, Juno, and Whiplash.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Sam Raimi.
No.
No.
Spider-Man.
Fuck. What's his name?
I haven't seen La La
He was
Land.
in the first Spider-Man. He.
So
I'll give you
Juno.
he.
I know who it is.
Nope.
Nope.
What was the last one?
Whiplash.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh my god.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh. He was in Juno?
Yeah. I've
Wasn't he
never
the-
seen Juno.
I was gonna say there's only 2 of those movies I've seen. I don't know.
I've never
I do not
seen
remember.
La La Land, but Whiplash.
I didn't know
Great
he was in
movie.
it. Yeah, that was a good movie.
He makes a kid bleed.
Let me add it to
Yeah.
the list.
Hey, you pushing or you pulling? Doesn't matter if you know the difference anyways.
So my 3 facts, which this first one, I'm gonna save it because it's a very good one. First quote: I was not a giant comic book fan as a kid, but to the extent that I did read comic books, and Spider-Man was always my favorite guy. Second, my first trivia then is that he played the same character in 4 different series: Law and Order, New York Undercover, Law and Order SVU, and Law and Order Criminal Intent.
Are those different series, man?
I,
Munch.
No, Dr. Emil Sodka.
Well, they were supposed to guess, not me.
No, it's not a guess. I'm reading the facts. And then this was my favorite fact. He is the voice of the yellow peanut M&M.
yeah,
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
Since the late 90s, he replaced John Goodman, who also was the voice. In, I think it was, where is it? Oh, the original 1995 commercial. He replaced him after that.
So follow-up question: who is the red M&M?
I don't know.
They just get a giant actor for the
That is a
yellow
good
one,
question.
and
Yeah,
then
and then-
some
and they
random
just kinda
guy
like-
for the red one?
Yeah.
But wait, question. Who's your favorite M&M? I'm going yellow.
The green one for sure.
Yeah.
It's like a
The-
sexy
the
lady.
chick. Yeah.
It's a sexy lady.
No, no, yellow's definitely bringing the A game. Green's kind of a bitch.
It's the minty one.
Yeah, but yellow's got the peanut.
Yeah, peanut.
I'm just
The green
going
one,
on
isn't
eating and taste. Yellow. I mean,
then-
what's the pretzel one though? Because I'll
Ooh,
pick that
that's
one.
orange. Orange.
Is it orange?
Oh, we eat the caramel ones all the time. I eat a bag in my
Caramel
cabinet.
would be good too.
Yeah, those are good.
Yellow does bring the comedy, and it's J.K. Simmons who does the State Farm. He's making bank on his
Yeah, that's
commercials,
Yeah.
which I thought was crazy. That's why I picked him for my top person. Whatever. Yeah.
I did not do trivia right.
That's okay.
I think I messed this up last time too. I didn't know you guys had a structure for trivia.
It changed. But my Who Am I is
It did.
I'm known for Gold, The Help, and Jurassic World.
Didn't we just talk about someone that was in Jurassic World? Is it Bryce Dallas Howard?
Yes, it is.
Yes. I've
Well done.
only seen one of those movies, and I used Redmond's knowledge.
As we said during filming, she performed her own stunts during the crane scene in Spider-Man 3, and she was unaware she was pregnant at the
It's
time.
Bryce Dallas Howard again.
Yes. She's the daughter of Ron Howard, and her godfather is Henry Winkler. The Fonz.
Is it really?
That's awesome. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Talk about a guy that's still killing it too. Henry
Ron
Winkler.
Howard.
Yeah, really.
Oh, both.
Both.
Yeah. No, but Henry Winkler.
Henry
Like
Winkler,
he's
Barry.
amazing in Barry. Yeah. And he was good in Parks and Rec too. He's John Ralphio's dad.
Oh my God.
And he hates Tom and he buys
Money, please.
yeah.
Money, please.
Daddy. All right. Well, Tony left, so this should be
We can guess.
between you and Luch.
On set, who kicked the most puppies? I'll bring it out. Topher Grace.
Is it Topher Grace?
Topher Grace.
14 puppies.
Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
16 puppies. They were competing.
Between cuts, Tobey Maguire was just kicking puppies. This is an exclusive.
They're gonna come after you.
have a real one. I feel like Tony has to be around though.
I'll give you mine, and then Tony come back after.
I'll just guess.
So
I'll guess it. Yeah, Tobey Maguire kicked puppies. Just remember that.
due to his role in Spider-Man 3, Topher Grace abandoned his cameo in what movie that came out in the same year?
Scream 3.
No. 2006. Ooh, I don't know.
I'll give you this will give it
Give me
away.
a hint.
Yeah. Starring George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and Matt Damon.
Oh. Ocean's 12.
13.
13.
Yeah. He was supposed to, well, you said he was in 11.
He
right?
was in 11.
Yeah, so he's supposed to have a cameo in 13.
Those are all sequels to the Redmond 10. 9, 10, whatever. Every now and then we had a person.
We're going to rob the planetarium of all their globes. I figured it out. That we're going to rob.
All right, here's the payphone themed question.
Ah,
At Peter
yes.
Parker's apartment building, for the first time, After he yells at his landlord, Peter places a call on the payphone.
Okay.
Okay. An estimated 100,000 payphones in the U.S. still remain in 2018. What percentage of those are still located in New York? It's going to be like a round number. I'll give you that.
10?
Close. 20. A fifth of them.
I was going to say it's high because I feel like
the only place that has payphones.
that would.
Yeah, people would still use them. This is the math question. 100,000 people worked on the film. Some of them putting in 8,000 hours. If all of those 1,000 people put in 8,000 hours, how many hours would that be?
7.
It's 8 million.
I don't know. I don't know.
You had 3 zeros to the end of 8,000. Yeah.
I used to be good at
I've been
math.
watching you sipping on that drink. I was like, I was never going to get this one.
Never. As soon as you said the first number.
Yeah. I wonder where the other payphones are.
I got it. Oh my God. You're a psychopath. You are a psychopath. This could only end not well for you. Oh, man. Keep drinking. Actually, it could end well for you. It's just going to end bad for me. I'm just going to get dirty looks all the time. That's the roommate chat.
All right. Well,
All right.
since we're waiting,
You're waiting on Tony.
I'll do my recasting. I feel.
Yeah, did Tony do his trivia?
Yeah, he did. He did Bryce Dallas Howard and then,
Do you want to do final thoughts? We'll do the bloopers. I want to talk about those. I think they were a very solid.
Oh yeah, it was one of the better parts of the movie.
One of the better parts, just seeing these people laugh about the terrible things that they were doing.
I like what I said. I like Kirsten Dunst a lot more.
We heard your trivia, Bill.
Yeah.
Who was your? Who am I?
All right.
I have a who.
Tony's back.
Oh, you just did regular.
I'll give you
trivia.
my 3.
I got a real trivia.
I said Topher Grace abandoned his cameo in this movie that came out in the same year for Spider-Man 3.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Oh,
It's a heist movie.
You guys already talked about it. This prequel.
I guess the wrong one.
George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon.
Ocean's 12.
He said that too. It's 13. And then
Those movies are that old.
This one's pretty good. Okay.
I could just read yours.
Wait, the question's not in there.
Oh,
I didn't put it in there, you narc, because I knew you were going to read it.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Fuck you.
At Peter's apartment, he
you
calls on the
give me this?
payphone a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, an estimated 100,000 payphones in the U.S. still remain as of 2018. What percentage of those are still located in New York?
Spider-Man 2.
It's a round number.
30%.
He said 10.
Spider-Man.
He said 30. It's actually
20.
Yeah.
Me and Tony would
Everyone
Divide
answer
by
this
2,
one.
Average it out.
Trivia. Real one. The girl that gives a camera to J.K. Simmons, what relation does she have to the movie?
Oh.
She's got to be someone's daughter. Right?
Or he's making this shit up.
Never know. Never know.
Because that's actually that would.
How
be
many
a good-
puppies did she kick? Oh, sorry. That was only Tobey Maguire. He was kicking
She was the one.
You're screaming in our ears.
Fuck your ears. But yes, what relation does she have to the movie?
I'm gonna go Sam Raimi's niece.
So, his brother's daughter.
Yeah, that's usually how a niece works.
Well, that's
that
also
could have
in
been
the
his
movie.
sister's daughter.
Could have been.
It's got to be. She's got to be related to someone.
I said what relation, so yes, you cracked that code.
Listen, man. Half of the things you've been saying. Yeah.
A good question would have been like no relation. Very good answer.
I gave you a hint.
I did not know if that was an accurate hit or not. It could be like, oh, she was a child star and now she's in commercials.
I said relation, motherfucker. Oh yeah,
don't
we're
know.
getting like R-rated on this one. I've sworn a couple of times.
I don't know.
That's how we do.
Who is she related to?
I'm waiting for Tony. He hasn't said shit.
I'm gonna go with she's not.
She's not. Oh, that's wrong.
Someone's got to be wrong.
It's Sam Raimi's daughter.
Oh, you were close.
Yeah, you dumb dipshit niece. He had to bring his daughter in.
That
That's it.
explains why she had a speaking role.
Yeah,
Like a long
not just like a here,
Yeah.
like offers the camera up.
Yeah.
All right.
So final thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. So we talked about bloopers on the Blu-ray were probably the best part. There's no other deleted scenes. They used all the great scenes that they
I mean,
had.
the movie is over
The-
like 2 hours long.
Air
so,
quotes
like,
great scenes or great scenes?
Great scenes.
You
great,
still did air quotes.
great. No air quotes.
I'll still always air quote it.
Again, perfect movie. Every scene worked.
Not long enough.
Again, why did Rhino not fight Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man 2? Just still bringing it up. Should have happened.
I'm just wondering what happened to Cyrus the Virus and all those guys in the flight. No Con Air jokes. I guess not. We can hear.
Ooh.
We can only hear these three, but not Luch. Let's hear Luch laugh. It was a good joke. It worked. All right, but let's get out of here. You're done. You're done. We're gonna recast because we need to recast.
You ever watched Psych yet? Tune into Psych. The second movie is coming out, I think, this fall.
Holiday season.
Holiday season.
USA. Tune into USA. You know what? Just pay for the
Will it be
streaming.
on?
Get Psych. Watch every season. Tony's just tuned in now.
Do you
He
work for
knows.
you?
I
USA.
watched it.
All right, so
That's
we're
where my
gonna
internship is.
we're gonna pretend like we're in charge and we're gonna recast. So what I did with mine, I'm recasting the people we haven't seen in the MCU. So I'm gonna start off Sandman, Flint Marko, my boy, Dominic Purcell. Heatwave would be perfect. As an angry sand monster, he'd be perfect.
I don't know. Creeping through the woods.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren would also be a good choice. Dolph Lundgren would be the body double of Dominic Purcell.
Yeah, when
There
he
we
turns
go.
into Sandman, like
Yes.
the bigger.
When he turns into it, it's Dolph Lundgren. Hobgoblin, Harry Osborn, Ford, Tom Holland, Joey Curie from Stranger Things, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Steve from Stranger Things. Norman Osborn, gotta go,
Ben
James Franco.
Schwartz's-
Although I thought...
Is this guy that got busted for coke and like couldn't make the
No.
That's a
Different guy.
like couldn't make the premiere? for
No,
Stranger
this guy's
Things or
got the
something?
James Franco hair, so
Yeah,
that's
he
why
does have the James
he
Franco
does have
hair.
the James Franco's hair. So I go James Franco, Norman Osborn, J. Jonah Jameson. I'm sticking with I think we did this in Spider-Man 2. Sticking with Ice Cube.
So 20.
Him like
22
21
Jump Street.
22 Jump Street. Him yelling at kids. Him yelling at Peter Parker to get photos of Spider-Man. I see it.
Also, we're forgetting about then Ice Cube would have to grow a dope ass mustache, and I think that would be hilarious.
And like give him like the white stripes in his hair.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. Gwen Stacy. I
like
went
this one.
Dove Cameron, who does the voice of
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy in Marvel's Rising, but she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 5.
Ruby, I believe.
is
is
she
Yeah.
her
from?
character.
She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 5.
She's in the Disney Descendants.
She
movie.
was in Disney stuff.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, she would be a perfect Gwen Stacy to Tom Holland. Captain
Actually,
Stacy,
yeah.
I think it would be good. Good age. Captain Stacy, I went Joel Kinnaman, Captain Flag from Suicide Squad, and Altered Carbon.
Another good one.
Be perfect. Dr. Kirk Connors, this was the first one I did. Simon Pegg. Would be
I could
perfect.
see him doing that.
Just no arm, and he can say all the sciencey things.
He probably
That-
knows all the science
yeah,
things from
that would
being
work.
a nerd from
That scene with him,
And I believe it.
that scene with him on the phone with Peter, where he's asking for cookies. That'd be pretty good.
Yes.
You didn't keep any of that, did you?
Thank you. And then Uncle Ben, Tobey Maguire, but I was talking to Tim about it.
Sorry.
I might switch Tobey Maguire to Richard Parker. And then we see him in like a few cutscenes and be crazy in the MCU, but I don't know who I would do Uncle Ben then for that. But I think you need a callback.
Be an interesting, like what I say, homage to,
Yeah.
to what they did. Just kick it off, I guess, at least, you know.
Ooh, Steve Carell, Uncle Ben. Because him and Marissa Tomei are a couple in... Fuck, what's that movie?
Whoa, language.
Fuck.
Motherfucker.
I knew there'd be a rap in this podcast.
I'll throw yours in at the end of this.
Do not.
Oh, no. That's a trailer.
That's my new ringtone.
Send that to me. That's my text message. It's just me. Yeah, but I think that'd be good.
Those are good. I like that.
I'll do mine.
Yeah, do yours.
So I was just trying to look at. Truthfully, I did this like 2 minutes before we did the podcast.
Yeah, that's usually when I do most of my
Yeah.
stuff, unfortunately.
So I did. I was looking up like just actors that were big in 2007. So I put Mark Wahlberg as the Sandman. I think it could work. We just got done with The Departed.
He's got that like build a little bit. Yeah.
He's a
He's
jack dude.
he's shorter, but he couldn't.
Oh yeah, but still.
Yeah. And then I nailed this one. Did you write Hell Yes?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Hell
so I
yeah,
put
I
Hilary
did.
Duff as Gwen Stacy, and that was like she's 20 at that time, so it would fit perfectly.
That'd be perfect. Well, not for this movie because Tobey Maguire's like 45.
Well, okay, that's
for
a
his
different.
for his new movie.
Yeah.
That's even in this movie, she's supposed to be
Yeah.
20.
No,
They're supposed to
I
be in
was
college. The fact
just
that they
joking.
fucked up Tobey Maguire is not my fault.
Yeah.
And then for Venom,
Ooh.
so I did Leo just because I think it'd be hilarious to see Leo in the shit show of a movie playing Venom. But then I put
It probably easily could have been because they were all friends back then.
well, and he's the right age. They're all the same.
Oh
age.
yeah,
Wahlberg's I think older than them, but Leo.
I think he's like a little bit older.
If we're
yeah.
talking about age of Tom Maguire, Leo and Tom Maguire are within a year of each other in age.
Oh
And-
yeah, no, they're like.
And Leo looks younger than Toby does. He still
Yeah.
looks young.
I wanna
He'd
say
probably
he's
be
See him
able
in
to
Wolf
act.
of Wall Street. He looks
Yeah.
like he's 20. You know. And then I put just some. I was thinking about like Andrew Garfield. I could see as Venom more than I could see as Spider-Man. But now I'm kind of rescinding that. Yeah, I think you're right.
See, I like him as an
But
actor though.
I like Robert Pattinson. The timeline doesn't add up, but I think that he's like got that
Like him now.
edgy, like kind of. I don't know. Fuck Robert Pattinson. Put Leo in there. I think that'd be awesome.
I'm not mad at your other one, so.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Hilary Duff. That's the first one I put on, and I was like,
That's a good one.
I would rather watch that than Bryce Dallas
I
Howard.
love.
But
I love
you'd be
hearing like the first
oh,
one
it's
you
Lizzie
thought of.
McGuire. You
Yeah.
know, like, so it might be too soon to that, but I think that fits into the time frame really well.
I mean, Michael Keaton was Mr. Mom
Yeah,
a
exactly.
year before Batman, so
The Rock was Tooth Fairy.
yeah, right.
Never forget.
Never forget. All right, Tony or
I was gonna say I haven't.
Tony hasn't either.
I haven't figured anything out yet.
All right, well, we'll
I have
give you
no
some
idea
time
what
with Bill Hader's.
Oh, he's not going to be able to come back from this.
I don't know. Hilary Duff kind of takes 90% of all.
I don't care what your
Steal mine.
recasting was. I got it already. So, original Green Goblin is going to be Nicolas Cage. Then we're also going to
I
do.
can see where this is going.
Then we're also going to recast Sandman as Nicolas Cage.
How did?
And then we're also going to do Venom as Nicolas Cage, but they're different roles. So Venom Nicolas Cage is going to be the Rock Nicolas Cage because he's crazy in there. Then we're going to do Sandman. He's like more of a homebody man. It's going to be like the Weatherman, whatever. I forgot what fucking movie is that. I think it was that one or whatever, Rain Man or something. And
Rain Man's Tom
then
Cruise.
Venom, it's got to be Kiss of the Vampire or whatever. That's when he first went crazy. And he's like, 1, A, B, C. Yeah, and that's got to be that Nicolas Cage. Or it could be the other one. What was the one we saw with him? No, was the movie I gave you? Shit, when he stabs a guy.
Heart of Darkness.
No, it was like he kills a guy like in the first 3 seconds of the movie. So yeah, I mean all 3 of those are all Nicolas Cage. I just want his different roles. And then we can even throw Eddie Brock as Nicolas Cage when he's in Con Air. I want the accent, and then he switches because he's that versatile. He can switch the whole movie. Yes, Wild at Heart. He can do one. He can channel either one of those. Nicolas Cage takes every role in the movie. I'll even put him as Spider-Man, channeling his Superman role that he played. Boom. He's. Did that just fart? Nicolas Cage, all roles in the movie, all Nicolas Cage all day. He even plays Mary Jane. What's going on over here? Oh, she probably has to go poop. Oh. She literally, whoa, we're just watching a cat, I think, poop in our living room.
No, she's throwing up. It's a hairball.
Yeah, this is hot. Oh, thank you, cat. So we just watched a cat puke. And she's like, oh, I'm good. I'll talk to you guys later.
I'll be right back. I'm hungry.
Tim just licked that up. Oh, wait, there she goes. Round 2. We got round 2.
Are you sure she doesn't get that?
Oh, yeah, just keep puking.
Don't make clean up. Clean up cat puke all the time.
Yeah, you can clean up when we're done.
We're not going to tell you. We're not going to stop you.
So Tony,
I'm adding my recasting.
Nicolas Cage?
No.
surprisingly,
Sadly,
no Nicolas Cage. No one did that.
My Sandman.
Recast the whole movie.
Spider-Man Noir, Nicolas Cage. Luch goes, no. This is the only time he's been cast as Spider-Man.
Sandman.
I disagree.
I'm going to go with. There's a couple good names on this, but
What are you looking at?
just
I don't know if
actors
you're
who could be
joking.
cast as the Sandman.
That's fucking cheating.
I know, but that's how I do it. I'm gonna go with.
See, I did.
The first one is Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Meh.
I don't know who that is.
Nicolas Cage.
Loki.
Loki.
Oh.
I did.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Fassbender though. Michael Fassbender though.
See, that was one of my first
But he
choices.
doesn't
I
age.
looked up actor.
You got a point there.
I looked up actors high or taller than 6 feet, and that's
Is
how I
that him?
picked it. Yeah, and then Dominic
Yeah, he's
Purcell
not that-
showed up. I was like, yes.
I could see Michael Fassbender.
Venom. I think I'm gonna leave Tom Hardy.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that because I don't mind it.
No, I'm into it. I haven't even seen the movie, but
I'll just say that's one of the high points of the movie for me. Like he acts it pretty well, and he plays a good like Eddie Brock. I like his take on it.
I mean, he has name a bad movie that he's in.
Oh, absolutely.
I shouldn't say that because he probably has been in one. I haven't seen them all, but like
Right,
an
but
unwatchable movie.
but even if he picks one movie where it's like, okay, maybe that wasn't great,
Yeah.
it's not like he made the movie worse.
You know, it's hard for me that he's so short. Once I figured out that he was so short, I'm like,
Yeah.
but
How? He's got everything else going for him though.
he's friggin' Bane, and he was so good as Bane.
Yes, and I feel like you're gonna really like my Gwen Stacy,
Give it to me.
Hayden Panettiere.
That's a good one. Hold on.
I strongly agree.
Because I googled blonde actresses, and that was one of
1989.
Dude, and this
or Amber Heard. We're my
Could
two.
work. She'd be a little.
She'd be a little bit older, but
No, Hayden
Yeah.
Panettiere be on like
the younger side.
younger side for college. But that
Yeah,
was she's a good actor.
her of age, then we'll say.
She's so fucking good in
Yes.
Heroes. That show's like still holds up.
It still holds up today. Yeah.
So good.
You made me rewatch it.
Me?
I think we were talking about one night. It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's because it's been off. They brought it back for like that one extra season or whatever.
Yeah.
Watch. Was that good?
I think I watched a little bit of it because I only remember the one chick, the other blonde chick in Heroes. That was kind of like the the
great.
villainish.
She has
Yeah,
like split personality.
Yeah,
kinda,
that one.
right? Yeah.
I remember her.
Oh,
She's
what is that girl's
I was
name?
I can't remember. Maybe she's in a horror movie. I think.
She
is what
shows
I-
up from time to time. Like, oh,
Exactly.
hey.
Oh, hey, it's her.
You know who else shows up from time to time? The cop from that show. His name
Oh.
is Greg Gerbing. But
Greg-
he plays Matt Parkman.
Yes.
He shows up from time to time where I'm like,
What are you doing?
it's Allie Larter.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you were right.
Actually, you know what's Zach Quinto was a Siler?
Zachary Quinto, yeah.
Siler?
It's one of those.
He's a scary villain.
He was
For a
good. I
TV
liked
show?
him.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm sorry.
No, you were good. I think. I
Pontificating
think.
on heroes.
And then we're gonna move on to ranking the movies.
All right.
You want me to go?
No, I'll go first.
Okay.
So we're gonna do Spider-Man movies. I'm gonna throw Venom in there
Ooh, wait.
as well. I know you haven't seen them, but
I'll put it in my did not see this.
my number one. I'm trying to think of where I'm gonna put Venom. Number one, number 7, 8. 8 is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Is my last. 7 is Spider-Man 3. 6 is The Amazing Spider-Man. 5 would be Venom. Just because Spider-Man's not in it. 4 would be Spider-Man. 3, Spider-Man Homecoming. 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Because Jake Johnson as a hobo Spider-Man is my spirit animal. And number 1, Spider-Man 2 will stay there forever, probably. Can't beat Doc Ock and Spidey. And not a smiling idiot Tobey Maguire. He acted in that one. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened from 2 to 3, but he was just like, I'm just gonna smile a lot.
Graduated in acting school.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm gonna smile a lot.
That's funny.
All right. For my list, number 8, because I'm going to include Venom and Spider-Verse. Number 8 is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Number 7 is Spider-Man 3. Number 6 is Amazing Spider-Man 1. 5 is Venom. 4 is Spider-Man, the first movie. 3 is Spider-Man 2.
Boo.
2 is Into the Spider-Verse, and 1 is Homecoming.
I'll agree with 2.
Are you gonna boo me too?
Yeah, probably the whole way through.
Your list is just bad.
Your list is
See, but
just-
you clarified, so that's okay.
So
I'm
I
okay with
didn't
that.
see Into the Spider-Verse and Venom. It's on my list.
So I'm thinking we do, to get out of this trilogy, the first movie we review with you, the next one, Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Be
Since it is on
perfect.
Netflix.
Should
Dude,
I? Well, I should watch it first. Though.
I would say watch it first.
I'm not gonna be able to wait.
No.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't either.
It's on Netflix now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Like just
Like
got
yesterday or the day before.
So I didn't see Spider-Verse. I didn't see Venom yet.
Venom,
I put
Venom.
5 and 6. Amazing
Venom.
Spider-Man 1 and 2. I don't like Andrew Garfield. So I
You
just
don't like him in general, or him as Spider-Man,
good.
or
Let me
Peter
clarify.
Peter Parker?
Let me clarify.
I like Andrew Garfield overall.
I like him overall.
Do you know him? Have you hung out with him?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
2 times.
A couple times, yeah.
I want to know what time you had a beer.
He's not a bad actor. He was
I heard
not bad
they-
in.
15 puppies on a making movie.
No, there was
16 puppies.
he's in yeah.
Yeah,
Spider-Verse.
that movie?
He's in.
Kick the homeless person in
What's
that
the
movie.
Facebook movie?
Social Network.
Social Network, yeah.
Wasn't
Kick
bad.
the
Man.
babe.
He's
No,
good.
he was good.
Edward
then everyone-
Severon.
Twice, I'm derailing again, but
Cut a baby's throat.
Bill.
over the weekend, Hacksaw Ridge
Shut
was
the
on, and
fuck
he was in that. He was really good.
What is it?
Hacksaw
Hacksaw
Ridge.
Ridge was awesome.
Someone brought it up either today or yesterday.
One
too.
of
I
the
was like, oh, wow.
oh man, that might be one of our
I
July.
would-
That would be a good
And I've only
one.
seen it since like the last half hour. So
Maybe we do that in the middle because it'd be like World War II after.
Patriot.
Ooh.
You guys should
That's
do a
number one, all right? That was number one.
sequence. That would be cool. I don't know if you would, but like timeline of when the. I guess that really wouldn't work. Like when the
I
movies took
like what
place,
you're saying.
you know,
Yeah.
like the Patriot, and then like when was Patriot?
90.
I am
I'm
hearing
talking about when
everything
does it
you
take
were
place?
saying.
1776.
Very.
Oh yeah. So then like sequence after
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
that. I'll finish my list.
Yeah. Go ahead.
no.
Before we.
I actually
derail
Before
it
we
on.
derail it again.
I actually like 3 better than both the Garfield ones. It had some stuff.
I'm fine with that.
It had
Yeah,
some
no,
stuff.
I really.
I mean, I think that even the people that wrote it probably are like, I wish I had another crack at that. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If you
I
just
feel like there
pick
was a
one-
lot of
Yeah.
there was a lot of
You hit everything you wanted.
what's it?
That's true. I think that's what he
studio
said. He's like,
interference.
I'll put everything.
Here's where they messed
These are all
up.
the characters I wanted.
If it's gonna make money either way, right? Day one. people are
After
going to
Spider-Man
see it.
1, no
And
matter
2,
what they did,
yeah.
it was going to make money.
After 2, it was
Highest,
gonna make
yeah.
money.
opening day.
Because Spider-Man 1 was Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 was good, really good. The door's open, people are in there. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to blow it out of the water.
What's that?
And they didn't.
And then I
But
put
they did a
Spider-Man
solid
2.
job. Yep.
Cue the boo.
I'm okay with that.
And then I put
Boo.
Homecoming and Spider-Man 1 I could flip-flop. Obviously, like, Spider-Man 1's the OG Spider-Man.
I'm with you on that.
But Homecoming's so good. And I think I like it more because it's, like,
Because it's got
Newer.
Batman. Because it's got
We've-
Batman.
well, it's new. It's not bad.
Oh, I'm fine with you. If you pick that because it has
No,
Batman.
it's just newer
No, it's-
and it's got better
And it's
the new
CGI,
Spider-Man. Yeah.
and it's just gonna get better and better. You know?
and they're doing the web shooters, and they don't have to tell us how he became Spider-Man,
and it's
which is perfect.
They have avoided
Farming.
it.
we heard the story over and over again.
they took a note from Batman's parents dying. Like, we're done with this.
We
We're done
know
with
they're
this.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
just
I think I just like it a little bit better. If I'm doing it, I'm like.
see. I would just. I
I don't
mean,
know.
I only disagree. I'd put 2 higher.
Oh,
I mean,
you know what,
I
the top
understand
three-
Spider-Man is those top 3 are great.
The top 3 could be interchangeable at any given day. If I'm feeling nostalgic, it's 2 or 3.
It's
If
a-
if
kinda
I want to
which-
watch a movie, I'm probably not gonna pop in Spider-Man 1 just because I've seen it so many times.
I think that's why I put Spider-Man 3 higher because like I haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but they lined it. It does, but they set up
It
the
had
Sinister
potential,
Six.
and they
They set up the
dropped it.
Sinister Six so good, and you're just like, we're never gonna see that ever again.
I'm sad.
It angers me.
I'm sad that if 3 went well and they did 4, Amazing Spider-Man would not exist. I'm confident in that.
Oh
Yeah, because they just would have kept making those movies.
You would people be like, we're gonna reboot it, and all the fans be like, why?
Why? It's
are you
perfect.
doing
On my list. This is what the list is about. Number 1, 90s Spider-Man cartoon. And Con Air.
You just named
Madam-
was 100% you were just gonna go Nicolas Cage movies.
No, 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Number 1.
I'm okay with yeah.
You cheated.
It's a movie to me. I watched them all in one sitting, so it's a movie.
You could watch probably like a season and make it.
Yeah. Second, then I'll go 1 through 3 Spider-Man. Perfect movies. Doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter. Perfect movies.
I
Nothing
could
was
get
wrong.
behind that too.
Nothing was wrong.
I assumed you just put 3 in the beginning. 3, 1, 2.
If you're bored. You know what? Yes. Actually, I put 1 down a little bit because Spider-Man was swinging, and that was obviously a fucking doll that Mary Jane was hanging on. And you know what? That really ruined that whole movie for me. That
See,
one
but no one noticed it until like 2 years ago
I
when
noticed
someone
it
brought it up as
instantly.
a
I was
gift.
like, "That's a doll," and it ruined the whole movie for me. After that, I was
And then
done.
after-
I was
when
like,
everyone
everything after
rewatched
this,
it-
I was like, I don't even believe anything now. I don't even know who Spider-Man is. Then
You're not supposed to.
Andrew
know Spider-Man.
Garfield is 14 millions away because then I put Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s after that one.
See, that's where I hear people are like very like, oh well.
Oh, no, that cartoon
Ultimate
was horrible.
Spider-Man is, yeah.
But I put that one in before
Garfield.
I didn't like any of the Garfield ones, so I don't give a shit. And then somewhere Tom Holland's in there. I'll throw him in there wherever I'm bored. Like, I'll put him in sometimes one,
He's
sometimes
actually
4.
a kid.
I mean, if I'm horny, I want to look at Marissa Tomei as a hot Aunt May. If I want to feel awkward, I want to put her a little further down.
Sally Field. From Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay, first off, you fucked up. It's Sally Field. Who the fuck's it? Oh, yeah. She actually
You're
was
going in order.
uglier than the first Spider-Man. Just throwing it out there. 1 through 3, perfect. Didn't do anything wrong. All movies. Not one bad scene. Maybe you could have improved it. More Nicolas Cage. He
Very
could have played
possible,
every role. Spider-Man, Aunt May, all of them. He could have done them all.
I thought you were into the Spider-Verse would be your number 1 just because Nick Cage is in it.
Well, I can't tell you where that's at. It's in there.
You can't tell. That's a secret to only you. Or it's a secret for everyone but you.
It's in there, though.
So those are all of our.
I hated
movie
that I had to
rankings.
share a mic with Bill Hader this whole time. He's just playing this nasty Italian guy. Wouldn't give me a chance to talk.
I'm glad it was either just one or the other. You guys both had a mic.
Oh,
I'd be at
God.
home right now.
We'd be deaf.
Yeah, probably. But before we wrap up for the episode, let's look ahead to what's coming for Tim and Tony.
Episode 107 is going to be Sicario, which we pre-recorded, so that should be very
Oh,
interesting.
you guys got one in the kitty?
Yeah.
We've got a couple.
Yeah.
Really?
that episode, though, and input myself.
I hope not.
I don't know if you can do that.
I don't know what that movie is.
Sicario is a very good movie.
Well, if you go back last year, we did Sicario 1 at this time.
Oh, yeah, we're doing
Funny
Sicario.
enough.
Sorry, Sicario 2 is episode 107.
Who's in it?
Josh Brolin,
Is it old?
Benicio del Toro. No, very new.
I'm going to input myself in the first one.
God.
Download it, re-update it with
Which so like besides Spider-Man coming out next Wednesday, the 3rd of July, Sicario will be the next one after that, leading us into the month of July.
The month of July, which is a military/USA themed month.
I wonder if we'll do Independence Day, you cocksuckers.
Oh man! Oh, thank you, thank you for that. We might have to throw that in. We're taking requests. We have one movie for sure, the first one.
Independence Day the whole fucking time.
Yeah, we gotta have to
we
do.
could throw it on the list.
I think that'd be number 2.
Recast the whole
You
movie.
guys should add a segment on a scale on the America Money Shot.
The American Money
1 to
Shot.
10, how America Money Shot was this?
Spider-Man 3 is currently sitting at number 10. Currently top of the list.
I'm telling you right.
That's fantastic.
We're just gonna borrow your flag, and me and Tony are just gonna run across it as you film it.
Returned it. I need to park my car somewhere, so I returned it.
What was the one where he was like the convict thing and they're trying to get him?
Enemy of the state.
Enemy of the state.
Bill, you're just spitting fire. But I think we're done.
Got it.
So that's been our episode
I need to
today.
go home.
Hope you enjoyed it.
You can follow us on social media and our website, timandtonytalk.com. And remember, share this with your friends.
And make sure you join us next week for the Mild Manner movie review.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening. I'm Tim.
I'm Tim, too.
I'm Tony. And for Bill Hader, we are
Bill?
Tim and Tony. Good night.
Good night.